Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel once again. It's Tutor Ghamrauj maths cracking lesson, and today we would continue from the last lesson where we had talked about introduction to matrices. We are still on introduction to matrices for beginners. In the last lesson we learned about the meaning of a matrix. We learned about the rows and columns, about the order or the dimension of a matrix. We also learned about elements in a matrix. And today we're going to be learning about types of matrices. Now, under types of matrix, we have different types of matrix. We have different types. Have you ever wondered how many types of matrices exist? So today we'll be talking about 5 of them. Now, here are some common types of matrices. The first one is the row matrix. Now, for row matrix is a type of matrix that has only one row. Now, a row matrix has only one row. For example, this is what we have. Remember that in our last lesson, we said rows are what? Horizontal, while columns are vertical. So, a row matrix has only one row. It's a matrix that has only one row. For example, is what we see here. We have matrices with the elements 3, 5, 7. Now, can be called 1 by 3 matrix. We learnt about the dimension of matrix in the last lesson. How do we mean by 1 by 3 matrix? 1 by 3 matrix in the sense that it has one row and 3 columns. Just one row and 3 columns. Remember that we define the order of a matrix or the dimension of a matrix by what? The number of rows against the number of columns. And let's move to the second type of matrix that we have. We have column matrix. Now, what is a column matrix? A column matrix is a type of matrix that has only one column. A column matrix has only one column. Example of a column matrix is this matrix, which has these elements 2, 5, 8, 11. You can see that there's just one column, right? You can't find any other columns. Unlike the first one, we had 3 columns. Now, in this second one, we have just what? One column. Now, what can this matrix be called according to the dimension? This matrix can be called what? A 4 by 1 matrix. What do we mean by 4 by 1 matrix? It has what? It has 4 rows and 1 column. 4 rows and 1 column. And let's move to the third type of matrix that we have here. We have what we call the zero matrix. Now, zero matrix can also be called null matrix. Now, when something is null, it means that it is empty. When something is null, it means that it is empty. Now, zero or null matrix is a type of matrix where all the elements are zeros. All the elements in a zero matrix are zeros. For example, look at the matrix below. All the elements in the matrix are zeros. Now let's look at the fourth kind of matrix that we have here. The fourth type of matrix that we have is called the diagonal matrix. What is a diagonal matrix? Diagonal matrix is a type of matrix where only the diagonal elements are not zeros. How do we mean? First of all, what are the diagonal elements? The diagonal starts from the top left down to the bottom right. The diagonal elements are elements that start from the top left down to the bottom right. Now, in this matrix, the diagonal elements are 5 and 3. Now, every other element in a diagonal matrix are zeros. The only elements that are not zeros are the elements in the diagonal. Every other elements are zeros. Whether it's a 2 by 2 matrix like this one here, or it's a 3 by 3, 2 by 4, however the matrix is, once it's a diagonal matrix, how you would know it's a diagonal matrix is when every element that are not in the diagonal are zeros, while the diagonals are what? Other integers that are not zeros. Now let's go to the fifth kind of matrix that we have here. Now the fifth kind of matrix that we have is the scalar matrix. Now what is a scalar matrix? Now a scalar matrix combines both a diagonal matrix and then there's a little change. What is the little change? First of all, let's look at the meaning of a scalar matrix. Now a scalar matrix is a matrix that combines the diagonal matrix having the same values. How do I mean? A scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix with the same value. What is the difference between a scalar matrix and a diagonal matrix, you might ask? Now, a scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix, but it has the same values all through. How do I mean? In a diagonal matrix, we can have different values, different integers, while in a scalar matrix is different. Let's look at the example we have below. We have 2 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 2. Now, how is this a scalar matrix? First of all, let's confirm that it's a diagonal matrix first. Let's look at the elements in the diagonal. Remember, top left to the bottom right. We have 2, 2, 2. These are the elements in the diagonal, while other elements are zeros. Now, we can see that this is a diagonal matrix first of all. Now, secondly, how is it a scalar matrix? It's a scalar matrix because all the elements in the diagonal are the same. How are they the same? They are all 2's. We don't have, as in the case of the diagonal matrix where we have 5, 3, we could have other values. Now for a scalar matrix, the elements in the scalar matrix are just the same when it comes to their diagonal, and every other element is 0. We have come to the end of today's lesson, and I would like to give us an assignment, as I always do, just like the last time. And the assignment of today's lesson is for us to identify what is the dimension of the fifth type of matrix that we learned. What is the dimension of the example given in the fifth kind of matrix that we learned, which is the scalar matrix? This matrix is in what dimension? Is it a 1 by 2? Is it a 2 by 2? What kind of matrix is it? Drop your answer in the comment section. If you're on my WhatsApp platform, drop your answers in my DM. I will be happy to take them and to give corrections where necessary. See you in the next lesson. The next lesson will continue with types of matrices, and then we'll proceed to other lessons. I hope you have been enjoying the lesson so far. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what is keeping you? I believe that this channel brings value. My channel brings more clarity to students on topic related to maths and sciences. If you're a student looking to have updates on these topics, have more clarity on topics related to maths and sciences, I highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel and you also invite your friends to also join. Thank you for viewing. I will see you again in the next lesson. Also, if you're on my TikTok platform, please do well to follow and also share with your friends to follow back. Thank you once again for viewing. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.